Hi. So earlier last month, I did a class on Mair Sickle as well as Mair dussack, but I really fell in love with his Sickle stuff while I was doing my research and trying to make a comprehensive sort of Sickle 101 class. Unfortunately, because the HEMA society that I fights in a cultural center with beautiful hardwood floors, and the other club I fight in is the SCA. I really haven't had a chance to do a lot of the Sickle stuff. The SCA like it because it's doesn't really it fall into their insurance, and um, my local HEMA group, youtube.com/swordpals, doesn't like it in the cultural center because our current place that we're fighting at, because again the hardwood floors, there's a lot of throwing, and you can hurt yourself. So both understandable reasons. I did finally get a chance to sneak off with my buddy Conrad and do a little sickle fighting. So I'm going to show you a clip. It's going to be very short. The weather was very hot. It was about 110 degrees when we were filming this, and we were in our sort of SCA required armor, which is like 4 layers of cotton, all sorts of nonsense. So we were pretty hot. So let's take a look, and then we'll sort of review afterwards and compare it to Mair's work. I apologize for the blurriness. I'm fairly certain early on in the video you can see a wild Sasquatch running around in the background. It does clarify. It does clear up eventually.
Oh, it's this way.
Oh,
Right,
it's
but
under.
if it's underneath.
Yep. Even if it's under. Yeah, there you go.
There you go.
It's weird.
So
Oh,
we
not so much.
weren't really sure how to do this fight. This is again one of my first impressions for fighting it. You're seeing
Now let's do this.
me take theory and sort of try to
Now you got the
turn
first.
it into
That's
practice.
good get in the hand, man.
You can't grab it by the blade.
Both of us
I
will be
know.
switching guards quite a bit.
It's like everything you're not supposed to do.
Using that reached out hand, and you can see he took a swipe at it and wasn't really able to connect. I'm the gentleman on the left. My friend Conrad's the person on the right.
Oh, nice.
So again, there I was able to sort of just lunge forward, protect myself with my left hand, and get the kill to the gut.
What is it like?
Yeah, this is good. I forgot it's German for switch.
Yeah, swagger.
Swagger. That's it. Yeah.
We're sort of talking about swagger. If I had forgotten the German term for it. Like Conrad doing the right thing there, getting
Very
low.
indicative of dussack almost.
Oh yeah, because it's light. Nice. I should fall through.
So one of the things I
Yeah.
figured out
One
pretty
more.
early on is that
All right,
committing
get away
is
from the
crucial.
cockpit.
If I go in and I don't get my cut, he's not gonna get his cut, and then we're in grappling range, and we just need to start wrestling it out. Again, there same
Yeah,
play,
yeah,
except this time overhead. Protect with the left, go for the back of the head. So again, just trying to figure out stances.
Oh, good. Stab me through the kneecap.
Good fight.
So there I was able to,
Thanks,
if you
man.
take a look at it, oops.
Stab me through the kneecap.
Good fight.
If you take a look at that, I was able to grab his blade or his sickle, and then just go for the legs. And that is a lot of this sickle stuff is closing in, committing, um, and then trying to get a kill. Now, so these are some really basic first impressions. I'm hoping to have a chance to fight sickle more often in the coming weeks. I don't know if I'll have it filmed, but hopefully my form will be improving a little. We're using Purple Heart Armory synthetic sickles. They're actually pretty nice, although the masks did wind up chewing this up quite a bit. But I'm sure in the long run they're going to be fine. One of my initial concerns was this point is very rigid. But the spots that I was landing in, you always want to have rigid back of the head protection, and you always want to have a rigid gorget. In the SCA, most HEMA clubs are down with a soft gorget. It's just fine. I don't think that'd be an issue. I wasn't really hitting Conrad, and Conrad wasn't really hitting me with this point, except in the head. Um, when I was taking hits to the arm, it was mostly from this broad spot. Same thing with the leg. You saw he got a really good clean hit to the leg just right out of the textbook. I was actually shocked at how easy it was to implement Mair's theory. Mair has a lot of crazy ideas about how to fight with a dussack. A lot of half sorting, a lot of grabbing your opponent's weapons, and with a light dussack that can be really difficult. It's so easy to swing that thing so quickly. So I was actually really shocked when I was able to execute a lot of the things that Mair had sort of outlined in his writings. I do have a Sickle 101 video. I'll go ahead and annotate that as well so you can find it easier. But if anyone has any questions about the Sickle or is a more experienced Sickle fighter, I would love some comments and some critiques. Um, really fun weapon to fight with. It's just an absolute blast because it's incredibly savage. Once you make that initial cut, if you haven't killed your opponent, it's go time. And I mean, you can do some crazy stuff.
You got me first. That was a good get.
You can do some pretty crazy stuff, like this nice low stance that I got into, and I just sort of dove in, right there,
Oh,
boom.
nice.
And you know, you can just sort of dive in on your opponent, and again, you have that commitment. If you guard yourself from that first strike, after that it turns into a wrestling match, and it gets pretty exciting. So a very fun weapon to fight with. I look forward to doing it more, and I look forward to any comments or feedback. Thank you.